I'm Mike, and today what I eat on a vegan diet comes closer to what our Paleolithic ancestors actually ate than the modern paleo diet. We're gonna compare both of those diets to a study done on Paleolithic diets that was conducted by one of the founders of the paleo movement. We're gonna compare nutritional markers such as saturated fat, omega ratios, fiber consumption, vitamins, minerals, and we're also gonna look at different types of foods like grains and legumes. The results will surprise you. Alright, let's get right to it. I eat a whole food vegan diet, and here is what the paleo people find acceptable and not acceptable on Loren Cordain's website. He popularized the paleo movement. We're going to look at this review on Paleolithic diets from the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition because it was done by Stanley Eaton, who works with Loren Cordain and seems to be a paleo researcher, so I figured paleo people might actually take it seriously. We're then going to compare that to 3 days of paleo plan meals averaged together, and compare that to 3 days of my chronometer meals from a while back when I was not looking to get any particular nutrients or any particular judgment. Alright, let's go right into these nutrients, starting with fiber. True paleo people ate 104 grams a day for fiber, and I eat an average of 97 grams, while paleo people only eat 31. Alright, saturated fat. True paleo people ate 6% of total calories from saturated fat. I eat about 2.5, and modern paleo people ate 19. Ouch. Cholesterol, true paleo people were around 480. I eat 0, of course, because I eat no animal products, and modern paleo people were up around 1,308. Since they are 800 grams away, I'm closer here. And this might explain why vegans are the only ones who seem to have ideal levels of bad cholesterol, as determined by Loren Cordain himself in this study. Omega ratios, true paleo people were between 4:1 and 1:1 ratio between omega 6s and omega 3s. I was at 4:1 and paleo people 11:1. Alright, potassium, paleo people ate half as much, and by coincidence, I came super close here, sheer coincidence. Sodium, paleo people ate 5 times too much. Then there's zinc, I'm also closer on that. And vitamin A, in this situation, I am closer. We seem to tie on B vitamins and vitamin C. I'm closer. This is actually low for me since I wasn't really eating any citrus at the time. Modern paleos did beat me on vitamin E, though I still reached the RDA. And we tied on iron, which is ironic because people are always talking about how you need meat to get iron. Clearly that is not true. And I also won on calcium from eating wheat. Now for carbs, I personally believe that this representation was way too low. I'm sure paleo people think it's too high, so we'll just agree on a tie here since nobody's gonna agree on it anyway. I often see paleo people pushing the Katavan population because of their higher saturated fat consumption, which is actually from coconuts and not from meat, but they actually eat upwards of 70% of their total calories from carbs, so this seems a little low. In addition, if you're eating 104 grams of fiber per day, I find it hard to believe that you're only eating like 50% carbs. But looking down this whole list of nutrients, it's pretty clear that if you were to remove the titles vegan, paleo, Paleolithic, that my diet and the Paleolithic, true Paleolithic diet would be considered the most similar. Alright, now let's move on to types of food, starting with grains. The paleo diet falsely assumes that because we started farming grains at the end of the Paleolithic era, that we never ate grains before that. Here's a study that literally has grains and Paleolithic in the same title. These cavemen were caught with their hands in the cookie jar. What's even more incriminating is that these people were eating the granddaddy of all grains, triticum or wild wheat, and 12,000 years before agriculture. And from this study looking at fossilized dental plaques, even Neanderthals ate wheat and other grains 40,000 years ago. And from this study in the journal Science, humans were eating cooked cereal grains 100,000 years ago, which is literally the dawn of modern humans. Next, legumes. Legumes are not a part of the paleo diet, but back to those 40,000-year-old starch grains in the dental plaques, they were eating faboidii or peas, which are legumes. Then there's oil. I stay away from oil, and oil was absolutely not part of a Paleolithic diet, though as you can see by the paleo guidelines here, several types of oil are listed, and apparently people on the paleo diet sometimes binge on coconut oil, so I think I'm gonna have to win this one. And move on to ketosis. I know that not every paleo dieter is trying to reach ketosis, But when looking at the Inuit population, studies across the board show that they did not enter ketosis. And if they didn't enter ketosis, I highly doubt the African ancestors, where the majority of human evolution took place, actually went into ketosis on a regular basis. Next is meat. I obviously lose this point, but it is worth noting that I'd say about 99 out of 100 bites of meat, pieces of meat that are eaten today are from animals that were bred for agricultural purposes that would not be available in Paleolithic times. But that being said, Paleos get this one. In conclusion, once again, if you were to strip away the titles on these diets and just look at the numbers, my vegan diet is more Paleolithic than the modern Paleo diet. Remember, I came closer on fiber, saturated fat, cholesterol, omega ratio, potassium, sodium, and the list keeps on going. And as I just talked about, I eat grains, legumes, and no oils, just like our Paleolithic ancestors. In the end, it seems that without even trying a whole food, plant-based diet might be a better representation of what people actually ate than the modern interpretation known as the Paleo diet. And in the end, if a whole food vegan diet is a better representation of what our Paleolithic ancestors actually ate, then maybe you shouldn't focus on a diet that consumes a ton of animal products that are super toxic, unhealthy, and horrible for the environment. Thank you for watching.